I wasn't a smart man. Everyone in our small village knew it. But I had one thing that made me the luckiest man alive. My wife, Sarah. She was brilliant, beautiful, kind, and somehow, impossibly, she was mine. Every day I woke up afraid someone would take her away from me. That day came sooner than I expected. My name is Thomas. This is the story of how I almost lost the love of my life. I was a simple farmer. I worked in the fields every day. I was not educated. I could read and write, but that was all. My wife, Sarah, was different. She was the daughter of a teacher. She had studied at the best school. She could speak 3 languages. She could solve any problem. How did Thomas marry such a clever woman? People asked. He is so lucky. They were right, and every day I thanked heaven for my good fortune. Sarah and I lived happily in a small house. We didn't have much money, but we had love, real love. Our garden grew wild with flowers. Our small house always smelled of fresh bread and happiness. Neighbors passing by would smile, hearing our laughter through the window. Every morning, Sarah prepared breakfast for me. Every evening, she waited with a warm meal and a beautiful smile. "How was your day, my dear husband?" she always asked. "Hard work," I answered. "But coming home to you makes everything worth it." We were happy, truly happy, but there are always people who want to break happiness. Near our house lived a man named Marcus. He was educated. He had studied law. He worked for the government. He wore fine clothes. He had money. But Marcus had one problem. His wife, Helen, was not clever. She was kind, but she could not read well. She burned the food. She forgot things. Marcus was not happy with his wife. He did not love her. One day, Marcus saw my wife in the village market. She was buying vegetables, talking with intelligence and grace. Her laughter rang out like music. Marcus stopped and watched her. He had studied for years, worked hard, married appropriately, and yet he felt empty inside. Watching Sarah laugh, he thought, "This is what happiness looks like." But instead of admiring from distance, his thoughts turned dark. "That woman should be my wife," he thought. "She deserves a man of education, a man like me." His eyes grew dark with want, not love possession. From that day, Marcus thought about Sarah constantly. His jealousy grew like poison in his heart. Finally, he decided to act. One afternoon, Marcus came to our house. I was home with Sarah. "Thomas," Marcus said, "I want to be honest with you. You are not a clever man. You are a farmer. You are not educated. You are ignorant." I felt my face turn hot. "Why are you saying these things?" "Because it's true," Marcus said. "And your wife is brilliant. She deserves better than you. She deserves me." "Get out of my house," I said, standing up. "Wait," Marcus said. "I have a proposal. I am educated. My wife is ignorant, like you. Let us exchange our wives. I will have Sarah, and you can have Helen. Everyone will be happier." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Are you insane?" I shouted. "Sarah is my wife. I love her. We will never agree to this." "Are you sure?" Marcus said coldly. "Let's go to the judge. He can test you. If you are truly clever enough for your wife, the judge will say so. If not, then you must let her go." "I'm not afraid," I said, but my voice was shaking. "Then prove it," Marcus said. "Come to the judge tomorrow." Marcus left. The door slammed. I stood there, frozen. My hands were shaking. Sarah came to me. She put her hand on my shoulder. "Don't worry, my love," she whispered. "Everything will be fine." But I couldn't stop worrying. Marcus was right. I was not clever. How could I pass any test? That night, I could not sleep. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, afraid of what tomorrow would bring. The next morning, Marcus and I went to the judge's house. The judge was an old man with a white beard and wise eyes. Marcus explained everything. The judge listened carefully, then looked at me. "Young man," the judge said, "perhaps your wife does deserve a husband who is her equal in intelligence, but I will give you a chance. I will ask you 2 questions. If you can answer them, you may keep your wife. If you cannot, you must accept Marcus's proposal." My heart was beating so fast. "First question," the judge said. "How many stars are there in the sky?" I felt all the blood drain from my face. How could anyone know that? It was impossible. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. Marcus laughed. "See, he cannot answer." "Second question," the judge said. "Where is the center of the earth? Where is the exact middle point of our world?" My mind went blank. Every answer had vanished. The judge looked at me with pity. "These are difficult questions. Go home. Think about them. Come back tomorrow with your answers. If you have no answers, you must accept Marcus's proposal." I walked home like a ghost, already mourning what I was about to lose. When I reached home, it was evening. I stood outside, looking at the stars, trying to count them. 1, 2, 3. It was hopeless. Sarah came out. "Thomas, what are you doing? Come inside. Dinner is ready." "I can't," I said, my voice broken. "I have to count the stars. If I can't, I'll lose you." I told her everything, about the judge's questions, about how I had no answers. "Tomorrow I will lose you," I said, tears running down my face. "Because I am stupid. Because Marcus is right. You deserve better than me." But Sarah didn't cry. She laughed, a soft, gentle laugh. "Oh, my dear husband," she said, taking my hands. "You are not stupid. You are kind. You are honest. You are the best man I know." "But I can't answer the judge's questions," I said. "Yes, you can," Sarah said, her eyes shining with love and something else, cleverness. "Come inside. I will give you the answers. Tomorrow, you will show everyone how clever you truly are." The next morning, Marcus came to our house. "Ready to face the judge?" he said with his cruel smile. "I'm ready," I said. Sarah gave me a large basket filled with thousands of rice grains. She also gave me a long wooden spear. "Take these," she whispered. "You know what to do." We walked to the judge's house. Many people from the village came to watch. The judge sat in his chair. "Thomas, have you found the answers to my questions?" "Yes, sir," I said. Marcus made a sound of disbelief. "Impossible. How many stars are there in the sky?" the judge asked. I took the basket and poured all the rice grains onto the ground. They scattered everywhere like a white river. "The number of stars in the sky," I said clearly, "is exactly the same as the number of grains in this basket." Everyone gasped. Marcus jumped up. "That's ridiculous. That's not an answer." "It is an answer," the judge said, smiling. "Can anyone prove it's wrong?" "You would have to count both the stars and the grains." The judge's smile grew. "A clever answer. Very clever. Now answer my second question," the judge said. "Where is the center of the earth?" I picked up the spear and pushed it into the ground at the judge's feet. "Here," I said. "The center of the earth is exactly here." Marcus jumped up again. "Nonsense! How can he know that?" "If you don't believe me," I said calmly, "then dig into the earth until you reach the center. Only then can you prove I'm wrong." The judge laughed. "Excellent! These are very clever answers. This man is not ignorant at all. But Marcus stepped forward, his face dark with rage. He didn't think of these answers himself. Marcus shouted, "Someone helped him!" The judge looked at me. His eyes were serious now. "Is this true? Did someone give you these answers?" I had never lied in my life. I couldn't start now. "Yes," I said honestly. "My wife helped me. She gave me these answers." The words left my mouth before I could stop them. Marcus smiled his evil smile. "You see, Judge? He's stupid! He cannot think for himself. His clever wife needs a clever husband. A husband like me." The judge nodded slowly. "I'm afraid Marcus is right. If you cannot think for yourself, then you do not deserve such a clever wife." My world was ending. "Go home, both of you," the judge said. "Tomorrow you will exchange your wives." I walked home with tears in my eyes. All I could feel was pain. Sarah was waiting at the door. "Oh, my dear husband, what happened?" "I ruined everything," I cried. "I told the judge you helped me. Now tomorrow I will lose you forever." Sarah was quiet. Then she said, "Don't cry, my love. You haven't lost me yet." "But what can we do?" Sarah smiled mysteriously. "Listen carefully. Tomorrow, go to Marcus. Tell him you accept the exchange. Invite him and the judge to our house for a celebration meal. Say we will finalize everything here." "But why? That will just make it worse." "Trust me," Sarah said, looking into my eyes with absolute confidence. "Trust me one more time. Do you trust me?" "Yes," I said. "I trust you, always." The next morning, I went to Marcus. "I accept. We will exchange our wives. But please come to my house this afternoon with the judge. My wife will prepare a special feast." Marcus agreed immediately. He was so happy. He thought he had won. That afternoon, Marcus and the judge came to our house. "Welcome," I said. "My wife will bring the food soon." Sarah came out carrying a beautiful basket and a decorated pot. Everything looked perfect. "This looks wonderful," the judge said. Sarah smiled sweetly. She opened the basket and offered bread to the judge. The judge took a piece and bit into it. His face changed immediately. The bread was completely black, burned. A cloud of bitter smoke rose from the basket. "What is this?" the judge asked, coughing. "It's my bread," Sarah said cheerfully. "I bake it like this every day. I always burn it. Don't you like it?" "But it's burned," the judge said. Marcus took a piece too. It was hard like stone. "This is terrible." "Let me bring the main dish," Sarah said happily. She brought out the pot. Inside was chicken stew. But the chicken still had all its feathers floating in the soup. A gray feather floated up and landed on the judge's plate. The judge stared in horror. "The chicken has feathers." "Yes," Sarah said happily. "I never remove them. I think they add flavor. This is how I always cook. Every single day. This is the food my husband eats. Right, my dear husband?" I understood now. I understood everything. "Yes, my dear wife," I said. "This is exactly how you cook, every day." The judge pushed away the food. He looked sick. Marcus stood up, his face green. "Now let's make the exchange official," the judge said weakly. But Marcus was staring at the burned bread and chicken with feathers. His dream was turning into a nightmare. "Wait," Marcus said slowly. I think I was mistaken." "About what?" the judge asked. "About her being clever," Marcus said quickly. "Look at this food. My wife may be simple, but her bread is edible. Her chicken doesn't have feathers. She knows how to cook." The judge looked at the terrible food, then at Sarah, then at me. "I have made many judgments in my life," he said slowly. "I have always believed that a clever mind is worth more than a kind heart. But today I learned something. He looked directly at Sarah. This woman is clever. Clever enough to pretend to be foolish, to protect the man she loves. That is the greatest intelligence I have ever witnessed. He turned to Marcus. And you, sir, were foolish enough to want her. Marcus looked at me. Keep your wife, Thomas. I don't want her anymore. Marcus and the judge left quickly. They almost ran from our house. When the door closed, Sarah and I started laughing. We laughed until tears ran down our faces. "Oh, Sarah," I said, holding her close. "You are so clever. You saved us." She went to the kitchen and came back with beautiful real food. Delicious bread, perfect chicken stew, the food she had hidden away. "This is your real dinner, my love," she said. We sat down together. We ate. We laughed. "Sarah," I said, "why did you choose me? You could have married any man in the village. Someone educated, someone clever like Marcus. Why did you choose a simple farmer?" Sarah took my hand and looked into my eyes. "Because cleverness is not just about education, my love," she said. "Books can teach you facts, but only the heart can teach wisdom. Marcus knows many things, but he knows nothing about love. You may not know how many stars fill the sky, but you know how to make my world brighter every single day. And that, my dear husband, is the truest intelligence of all." From that day on, Marcus never bothered us again. He moved to another village. Sarah and I continued our simple, happy life. We loved each other more every day. I learned something important. Intelligence comes in many forms. I may not be educated, but I know how to love. I know how to be faithful. I know how to treasure the precious gift I've been given. And sometimes, that's the cleverest thing of all. And that night, like every night, I stood outside our house and looked up at the stars. I still couldn't count them. But now I knew I didn't need to. I had already found the brightest star in the universe, and she had chosen me